Welcome. I am Crime Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. This is where we are fully engaged with Mother Eve because we are wanting to know what messages Mother Eve has been igniting in the atmosphere, in our breath, in our actions, our thoughts, and to understand exactly what she is saying. So, this is Mother Eve in case you are new to this channel. And of course, as I have been saying, she doesn't look very happy right now, and it's evident that basically with what we are experiencing on a daily basis, it is understandable that no mother could be happy in such situation to be experiencing the pain and seeing the pain in her children's eyes. So this is why she beckons us, come, come to be healed, come to behold, like when she said, I think it was her who said, yes, in Genesis of chapter 1, she says, behold, I have given you all things. Behold, I have given you all seed, yielding plants, and so on. So it would be Mother Eve who had said that in the scriptures. I say this and I stand by it firmly. Okay. And in the sense of discovering that there are 14 gods in the in Genesis of chapter 1 and 2. There are nine gods in Genesis of chapter 1. I haven't got the list with me now, but I can remember a few. So there would be the said God, there would be the made God, the made God, the creator. The God of creation, so the God of making, the God of made, the God of which Mother Eve is the said God, the God who saw, the God who's the marker, the maker, and so on. So I have got a list. So as I go on, I will of course be this uncovering those and talking more about them. Now, I just want to use this opportunity to draw on a synchronistic event, our experience that has been happening. I just realized today after reading about Uranus is really in the Taurus, or is going to be moving or transiting in Taurus, the sign, and I'm a Taurus, so that sort of interests me. And I thought, isn't it really strange? Or perhaps it's not strange, but now I'm getting into the astrological learnings to understand my own natal chart and so on, to understand myself more. So hence the purpose why I have been affiliating myself with this knowledge. Now, of course, there seem to be a sort of ring of nicknames for Uranus or anus, but I really saw it as you run us. So as if it's the planet who perhaps is really running things, so to speak. So, of course, we have the God said here, but I would just like to touch a bit on what I'm just saying, just to show the synchronistic um, events that I am talking about. So it's only a few days ago, and today is, oh, I haven't got today's date. Oh, today is the 14th. Today is the 14th. Um, I really want to ensure that I've got this right. And yes, today is the 14th. And 14th or 15th, because I really don't pay much attention to dates sometimes. Let's just see if I can find it here. Uh, just see, just see if I can find it here. Today is the 14th, right? So this is really, it makes it even more synchronistic in that sense. So today is the 14th of the first. 2017. I didn't intend doing all the date on this, but I just realized 2018. 2018, let's get it right. Okay, because the number 17 is something I'm going to be talking about. So this is a second year. So this is a 2, and this is 1, and this is 5. So that gives us 8. Wow, that gives us 8. So this is 2 plus 1, 3 plus 5 is 8. Now, just hold this with me. So we are talking about today's date. We want to just draw on this um, today, 14th, 1st, 2018 equals 8. Okay, so we have that there. Now, I haven't done um, the numerical value for Uranus, but I'm going to do that now. And US. Yeah. So this is 135,193. In fact, I did intend doing it before getting on here, but okay, I'm going with the flow. This is how it's happening. So this is 4 and 5, 9. 9 and 10 is 19. 19 and 3 is 21, 22. So this is 22. Uranus is 22. Now, which coincides with another part of what I'm going to say. So let's look at Uranus. I just want to double check this, that I have got it correct. So this is 4 and 5, 9 and 1, 10 and 9, 19, 20, 22. Uranus. Okay, let's just put that here. Uranus. But as I say, I saw you run us. Run things. Okay, all right. So let's see, that equals 22. Okay, now the other thing I saw, I observed, I have decided to be very mindful of when I use the word saw. So to use observe instead, because then it means I start with this, which indicates that I'm able to see the whole, instead of the saw, which is something like that. Okay. Oh, like that. Okay. And half of the whole when you cut. Okay. So I observed that I've only just discovered, I think it was about the 12th or just a few days ago. So that would be, I'll have to make a note of the date on that, when I discovered that there are 14 gods. It was Sunday, at Sunday. So I am imagining, I don't think it's 7 days already, but okay, let's look at that. Today is Sunday. So 14 gods in Genesis, and of course 9 in the in 1, and 9 in chapter 1. Let's just have 9, 1, and 9, 2. And 5 2. 5 and 2. Okay. We just have this there. We hope we understand what we have written. Then there is the there were 8 entries from Mother Eve, which is the said God. So Mother Eve is the said God and had 8 entries. So 8 entries, which ENTRIES, which says, let there be. Let there be. Well, some of them will let the, but what has been consistent so far is let the onto the 7th. So there are 7 entries that are very consistent, and 8 entries are with let. Let equals 10. So let equals 10, which we will go cover that. So let is 10, and there is 2 because that's 11, and B is 7. So I can go over this again. So basically we are looking at the word there is hair. This would be 5, 9, 5, 8, 2. Just to let you know how this is done in case you're new to this. So 5, 10, 19, and 10 would be 29. So 2 plus 9 is 11. So just to give you the example of how this is done. So when we add let there be, this is also 7, and 2, 9 plus 1 is 10. So we see how let there be, oh sorry, let there be has covered, has equal 10. So we have 10 reflecting twice in this entry, meaning it shows solidity, duality, harmony. It's the rock. It means south. It is foundation. It actually means foundation in 11. So we see how 2 has formed. It has formed its foundation here. And here we are believing. Now I am saying that we are, I understand we are in a 7-year cycle with Uranus in Taurus. Taurus, Taurus, I believe is 8 or 10. Let's do this. 1, 2, 1, 3, 9, 3, 1. This is it. Let's add this. 10, 16, 17, 18, 19. So Taurus shows 10 here as well. Now this is the synchronistic elements that are happening here that I feel it's very much in sync with what I am uncovering in Genesis of chapter 1, because Taurus here is 10, and of course, and Taurus is the 5th month as well. So there we have the 5 is also reflecting Mother Eve as in the number 14 when we when we do the numerical value for Eve, 5, 4, 5, and we add this up, this is 14. Okay, so we see Taurus here, which is 1 to 9, which coincides with the template. So Taurus is really 1 to 9 here, which really coincides with the template of sacrifice, the whole 9 miles in this case. All right, so just to bear this in mind, and of course we have done the 5th month, which shows that basically I am getting the impression that as it's as if Taurus have a very strong responsibility to putting things right in the earth, being very proactive in making the necessary changes, or being participants in having the change that is necessary for the evolution of mankind. This is the message that I am getting here in what I have seen. So May is not only 5, but it also equals 3 when we do, this is May, May, when we do the astrological, not just the astrological, the numerical value here, 1, this is 4. So this is 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So which coincides here with the zodiac signs, or the 12 hours of the day, and so on. But when we add 1 plus 2, we have 3. Now 3 coincides with the exact number of the first word that Mother Eve would say. So basically, the first thing that Mother Eve says in Genesis of chapter 1 is let. There we go. Let is the L. The L has a numerical value of 3. So 3 is here, which is what I have just saying now. 3 is here, like in the month of May. And of course, May is right here, which is 5, the numerical value of 5 here. And the T, which also is denoting the number 2, which I have just stated in that double 10, and also in Uranus has 2. 2, Uranus is 2, and there's the other 2 which takes us onto the there as well. So there are 2 twos. So we could say this is the leap. It's like the leap of activity Uranus is doing right here, right in that 22. Wherever the twos are, the 2 T's, Uranus is having that leap from the let to there. Uranus is it's like you run us. So let, and it's actually taking the leap into there. Let there. So in fact, this is what we have seen up until this point here in the 7th, because it is said it's every 7 year. Is it 7, or it's going to be in this cycle for the next 7 years? So we see from here we have 7, and of course this is when there'll be that next cycle. So basically, I am getting the understanding that at the end of the next 7 years, there'll be that new evolution, new earth, if you like, new whatever it is, or new heaven on earth, whatever it is, because this is where it is us. We are going to be all in harmony in that US, and I'm not talking just about United States here. It's the U, the three here, which is going to be, it's like the 3 now is going to double its vibrational frequency here after at the end of that 7 year cycle. Now I am no astrologist, I am no astrologer, I am no it's just what I am going with more spiritually with what I am doing, and I am linking now because I think everything is related. Everything is related, and this is what the numbers are showing me right now. So there'll be that number 4, which will be giving a degree of stability. That's when things are going to sort of settle. To begin to have a new structure in place. This is where the pillars are going to be in place. Now, of course, with the word make, when we see that, which I believe, let's see the numerical value on that. Okay, which is 4125. So this is 7 and 1 8, and 4 is 12. So we get back to just what I have been talking about, like in May, and they will have that 3 vibration. So it's like, let us make this other 3 vibration to add. So we'll have 3 here and 4 here, which will indicate the other 7 year cycle, we could say, or whatever else comes after that. So we would have 3 plus 1. So us is like, it's like the shell of that which must be. It's like the architectural drawing, or what it feels like that. It's what's going to happen in the West. It's like where we are making the plans. That's where we are having the discussions. It's really like 13, the reverse of 13. And where we are, we will be having all these things. Then we get to put this reverse the 31 into 13, so then 13 becomes the incubation for that which must be for the next following 7 years. So there we see this is a 7 year cycle that we are dealing with, and this is what Mother Eve wants to explain much more of this to us. Now, one of the things that I felt was crucial as well in the when I talk about the synchronicities is that it's said that Uranus um, travels or spins or turns on its axle. This is it, turns on its axle every 17 hours. Every 17 hours. So I felt as well the number 17 was very crucial here, talking about the two sets of sevens. So seven, no, talking about number 8, because 17 is, we say God, this is God, and like we have seen 17 also equals, we have done showed how Eve is also God in that when she ate of the fruit. Okay, so the word et, E-T-E-E-A-T, that's eight, that's eight. And but let's just stick to God for now because there are so many numbers with God. But I have this number 17 because I'm also, my life path number is 8. So this is another thing that I felt as a Taurus, and having the life path number 8, which coincides with the 8th cycle or the 8th round or 8th entry here, where that change is about to happen. And that change is about to happen. I'm feeling I'm feeling whether this change is happening now while I'm talking to you, whether we are in this cycle now to having that new, the next where Uranus is going to be, to have this cycle, or whether we are starting at this point where we begin to say again, let there be light. Perhaps this is what we are going through, this other cycle, to say, let there be light. How, whichever way we want to look at it, it's also giving us the liberty, however, to say, okay, well, let us make. So we need to be the having an idea of what we are about to make. But I am more inclined to believe in this is where we're at, because we need to find the healing. We need to go back to finding Mother Eve in the waters. We need to have the healing done. We need to understand when it says, let the earth bring forth. So we need to be healing the earth as well. And so, and these are the things that we need to be, we are occupied with doing for the next 7 years. So with the next 7 years, and as I say, I saw that with the number 8 was very symbolical, where we talk, where we have with today, which is also very symbolical, and we have 22. We have seen how the 22, there's 10 with the word let, and we also have 10 with the earth sign Taurus right here. So this is 10 and 10 is 20. So we see how that happens. We also have seen how the 10 has reflected in let there be twice as well. There's a 10 here and there's a 10 here. So the first word is 10, and of course when we do the whole numerical value for the three words, which is the three vibration that needs to propel us into that dimension, which is the month of May, which is 3. So for me now, I am feeling that there is something very profound that's going to happen to me in the month of May, because it seemed like a demarcation of something that is going to need to be propelled with very strong vibration. Now, so as I say, it was that understanding Uranus turns on its axle every 17.14 hours. So that is crucial, I thought. So there is the number 8 as in 17, 1 plus 7, and there is the number 5 in the 14, like 1 plus 4 is 5. And there, as I say, of course, I'm looking at myself here with the 17 as my um, double digits that make up the 18 for my life path number. And also, I'm a fifth child, like I said, out of 14 children. So basically, it's like I'm feeling that I'm very connected with this planet in the sense of whatever has to be established in the earth. It's like I can't really run away from anything that I really need to do. And it means that I am understanding that my the degree of flexibility that I'm going to need to apply, because as I understand it is a planet, while it goes forward it seems to spin both backward and forward or something to that effect. So I'm really being mindful of that coincidence in my makeup. So being one of 14 children, as well as I say, being the fifth child and having the number 17 as my life path number, also being Taurus, which is also 10, which coincide with the first word of all of Mother Eve. I am now believing that I'm divinely guided to be doing this that I so enjoy doing as well. And it's really quite something to think about. Okay. Um, there was more on that synchronistic. Okay, the other thing as well with that synchronistic correlation with Uranus as well. In the Bible of Genesis chapter 1 verse 14, no, verse 17, that's where God set. That's where the setting of anything was done. So the word set also equals 17 or 8, I should say. Let's just do this. It's 8. So the number 17, of course, 1 plus 7 is 8. And then set is 152. So in fact, there was a word I just did, and we had um, the same numbers. So this is 7 and 1 equals 8. I think I've just wiped it off, but while I was doing this presentation, I recall having this the same numbers. Okay, we have the numbers here. So I was looking at these numbers here. Okay, all right. Now, okay, I was also looking at these numbers in the chapters. So it's, as I say, it's 9 gods. It's 9 gods. So I did also make another connection with the number 9 with Uranus, but that we'll have to cover this another time, because I didn't intend to have this a longer um, presentation. Okay, but I hope you get the gist of what I am saying here, in the sense of the entries of the said mother, which is Mother Eve. This is the God who all things derive from. She is the one who says, "Let there be light. Let the waters that be divided, or let the waters come out of the waters." She's the Mother Eve is the one who makes those statements. And basically, the way it's been written, if it hadn't been for the Well, I had started doing that manually, but we have the technology now that can help us see the order of things and get it more concise in a quicker standard. So we see this is why we are also said, we are also told to seek wisdom. Several places in the scriptures we are always told to seek wisdom. In the mere fact that it asks us to do that, it means nothing is just as simple as we see. There's more depth to it. And I am ready to dive in. I hope you are too. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found it fun. Please like and subscribe and share. So we are, of course, planting new seeds. So the seeds are our thoughts and our actions. So thank you once more. Namaste.